40% of audiophiles may be gone soon, and no one is replacing them. This is an interesting article, and I do not know if any of you had a chance to read it. It was released September 27 of 2024. And apparently there is so much to talk about when it comes to this particular hobby. And this is a specific topic that no one else is even mentioning. See, many of you obviously follow me and follow other YouTube channels, but have absolutely zero visibility to the demographics to understand more or less how old are our followers. So let me just show you right now, as you're seeing right now on your screen, what it looks like. It appears that the majority, over 51% of my audience, when you add up 30.5% ages 55 to 64 and 21.8% ages 65 plus. That's over half of my viewers. It is shocking what this article is talking about, that many of these audiophiles will soon be gone, which begs the question, are we facing the end of this hobby? Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for your time today. If you have any interest in ultra high-end audio equipment, be sure to check out my website, jaysaudiolab.com. Okay, I am sure I have something for many of you out there looking to improve the performance of your sound system. So getting back to this article that one of my ultra hi-fi members happened to share with me today, it really is a shocking article. I also have another interesting fact. 98% of viewers were still men, with 40% of these viewers being ages 65 and older. Yeah, we are a dying breed, unfortunately. And because as you know by now, I also buy and resell high-end audio equipment, I don't remember the last time I sold anything to someone of my age. I am 45 years old, and the majority of the sales that I make are to those people that are much older than I am. Women, if you're watching me, I got to pull you right into this conversation. Although there aren't probably not many of you that watch my YouTube channel and other YouTube channels that have to do with high-end audio or this audio industry in general, I don't blame you for not being part of this, industry, because the truth is, it is boring as hell. It is really a lonely hobby that very few people actually enjoy. Think about it for a minute. What is fun about sitting down, farting in a chair, staring at a wall between two speakers, listening to music, and have absolutely no action to take? You're sitting down, and the only thing you may have to do is extend your hand and grab a glass of wine and drink. Other than that, there is absolutely no engagement whatsoever. And so I understand why women may not be attracted to something like this. I was just talking to my wife over dinner, and she was telling me that one of the reasons why she feels she has very little interest to sit down with me for hours on end is because there isn't really anything fun. There's not like at least karaoke involved. She was saying that at least with karaoke, she can actually dance and sing and make it fun. But there isn't really anything fun about sitting down in a dark room and just sit there and stare at the walls and listen to music. I cannot disagree with that. See, I made a statement a long time ago about the fact that I think I wish we had some sort of visual cues when we listen to music. Do you guys remember MTV Music back in the 90s? Do you remember how cool it was to wait for the top 10 music videos to come on at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday? And how exciting it was to watch the artist dance on the television and all the colors and all the choreography that takes place? You remember how cool it was? It actually engaged you. It actually made you want to even dance or sing. And there's a reason for that. Again, a reason that no one talks about. Visuals are more powerful than what you hear. Yes, I believe visuals are more powerful. When you see something, whatever that may be, a plane falling from the sky, a UFO, or car crash, that attracts you. It gets your attention far more than you hearing a gun go off in the distance or you hearing music in the background. It is just a lot more catchy. And I wish personally that we had visual cues for this hobby. I wish we could see, you know, and this is something I had never spoken about. So I'll talk about it candidly now. A lot of times I sit here at night on Friday and Saturday watching music videos on YouTube of songs that I like. And I play that through my system. And to be honest with you, I enjoy it quite a bit more than just sitting down with the lights dim and having and with a drink in my hand and almost falling asleep. Because the truth is, boredom kicks in, and then I'm soon reaching for the remote, beginning to turn the volume down, or just switching songs, song after song after song, but never really listening to the entire song, rather just the first 30 to 45 seconds of excitement, the bits and pieces of the song that are very exciting to us, the part that has a lot of dynamics, the part that has the beautiful vocals, and once those 10, 15 seconds are over with that particular song, I'm moving on to the next track, and the next track, and the next track, never really enjoying or connecting with the music, but rather just sitting there and evaluating the performance of my system. We're not really listening to music, we're evaluating the performance of our systems. So what am I trying to say here? Well, I'm going to ask you all, can we really blame the younger generations, those that are behind me at 45 years of age, those that are in their 30s or 20s, for not really caring or wanting to be a part of any of this? There isn't really anything exciting about it. If we're going to be honest with each other, okay, and keep it real, there isn't any real thrills with it. No one cares about a grounding box giving you extra detail, giving you more tweeter top end sizzle, a little more bass. That's not exciting for the younger generations. What's exciting about that? If I'm 25 years old, the last thing I'm thinking about is sitting on my ass listening to music. I'd rather be out on South Beach, people watching, having a drink, in the water, on a boat somewhere. That's more fun than to sit in a very boring room with two speakers and a amplifier and preamplifier and a source. There is nothing fun about that. And it doesn't shock me that we're seeing a lot of this now starting to take place. A lot of those buyers of this ultra high end or just this hobby in general, these buyers that spend thousands of dollars on audio equipment are starting to retire, lose their hearing, have health complications, and slowly beginning to sell their systems and exit the hobby. Do you really think that for every person that is starting to die, every audiophile that's starting to pass, do you think that we're replacing them with 3 other younger audiophiles? I don't think so. I don't think we're bringing and attracting a new generation. So I don't know what the hell high-end manufacturers, audio manufacturers are thinking or are going to do to entice these younger generations to enter the hobby. Because remember, most of us, when we started to love this hobby, when we started to really get into this hobby, right, we really didn't have a lot of things calling our attention, wanting to get our 5 minutes of attention throughout the day. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have all this craziness with YouTube. We didn't have all sorts of platforms, Instagram, all these things that distract us, that keep us occupied throughout the day, right? Preventing us from really wanting to sit down and listen to music. That's the difference. The younger generations have so many things calling their names, notifications on their cell phone right now, right? That is simply distracting them and not allowing them to focus. So then what do? Do you guys have an idea? Maybe something that you can type in the comment section right now, letting me know, letting everyone know, what is it that we can do to include more women and also bring newer audiophiles into this hobby? Because folks, the older gen is starting to die, and we're not replacing these older audiophiles with younger ones. We're not. This is not happening. The baton is not being passed down to the younger generations. That is not happening. We aren't doing any of that. I happen to be in a very special spot because I am in my mid-40s. So I grew up with no internet, right? 80s, and then into the mid-90s before we saw AOL, right? But I didn't have a cell phone in the 90s, right? I remember being in the military, having to go to a payphone to call my family and say hello. No cell phones existed. Then the cell phones were more, readily available. And so I grew up, obviously, with technology as well. So I understand what it feels like to have no internet, no cell phone, right? And also have cell phone, internet, and social media. But what about those younger generations that don't understand what it feels like to have no internet, no cell phone, that don't know what it feels like to not have an iPad? How do we get them to appreciate all these components and why good sound matters rather than listening through AirPods or some bullshit headphones? How do we entice them? Tell me in the comments section. I want to hear your comments. This article is extremely, extremely important. And I'm going to put the link to this article in the description of this video so that you can read it. And then maybe after you read it, you can come back with some quality, constructive criticism with hopefully solutions to the problem. This video should be a meaningful video, a real conversation without arguments, without stabbing each other. A real conversation, because it is a voice of concern from me. And I want to voice that to you all so that hopefully we can come together and see how we can turn this thing around, if it is even possible. Okay? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.